Elizabeth Robinson, welcome. This e-forum was programmed and will be hosted by my colleague in the Office of Engagement and the Leahy Institute, Summer Colley. This is her show. She does all the hard work. We have a great group of people. We are recording it so that we can share it further on. And so without any further ado, Summer Colley, take it away.
Thanks, Dan. So today, folks, we're really excited to share with you about several innovation hubs from across the state of Vermont. Co-working and innovation hubs are really generators of economic activity and development and innovation in various regions throughout the state. Last year, the Leahy Institute funded a project working with 4 innovation hubs to pilot a consortium of innovation hubs that would work together, and we conducted research with Eric Munson and UVM students into how innovation hubs could support economic development throughout the state. So I'm really excited to have 5 different hubs share with you today. And on March 31st, at the end of this month, Eric will be presenting at Hula on the research that we conducted last year. Everyone's invited to that. I'll share the information. It's the Leahy Institute pitch night. So I'm going to hand it over to Lucia, who is the CEO of Hula.
Thank you, Summer. I'm going to go ahead and hit share, and we'll see what happens.
Perfect.
Does everybody see it? Yeah, you see a slide?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good to go.
Okay, cool. I can't see anybody, but I know you're all there. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much, Summer, for organizing us, and Dan for keeping us all together on this, every 6-week or so basis. My name is Lucia Campriello. I'm the CEO at Hula, where we're on a mission to elevate Vermont entrepreneurs and spark connections to help them grow. Hula was really built on a bold belief, which is that Vermont deserves a world-class home for innovation. Today, Hula integrates campus, community, and capital into a single platform designed to accelerate company formation and economic growth. As you all know, because you are all the talent, so much of the talent that is here in Vermont, we are so fortunate in Vermont to have extraordinary talent who want to live in this place that we all love. What we lack as a state, and what so many of us are working hard toward, along with so many others across the state and across different sectors, is density. How do we attract more people to this wonderful place? Hula was designed to help solve that problem, that again is a problem that is so large that many of us are committed to solving together, by creating a place and a platform where innovation can compound. So I'll tell you a little bit about how we think of ourselves as that platform for growth. And I know many of you on the call have been to our space before, so I'm going to be brief. But our founders, Russ and Roxanne Scully, they built this physical infrastructure worthy of entrepreneurial ambition. It is sustainable. It's filled with light. If you haven't been here, I welcome you to come check it out. It's intentionally designed to foster connection with easy access to nature right outside our doors, whether it's the bike path or the waterfront. You can access us by foot, by bicycle, by a variety of water vessels and grown-up toys. And we also have an on-campus fitness center, meditation space, pretty robust food and beverage program that's rooted in Vermont values with clean, farm-fresh food, healthy snacks, and quality caffeine. And so here at Hula, again, because we have this enormous campus and including 133,000 square feet of workspace, we have the opportunity to leverage density to create that momentum. And that density is growing on campus year over year. Excitingly, we have over 1,300 members who have access to campus year round. Of those members, 500 are individual members, and that number continues to grow each year, which is really exciting because that is the number that really fuels the community here at Hula. We also are engaged in a large-scale housing development project underway, which again, when we hear from members all the time what some of their challenges are, whether they're founders or individuals or folks relocating to Vermont, the 2 themes that come up regularly are access to childcare and access to affordable housing. So with all of these pieces coming together in the South End Innovation District, we really feel excited that the innovation flywheel is accelerating, even though for me personally, I've only been here for a couple of years in this role. And so to me, it feels like we've really just begun. There are a couple of other numbers that I want to highlight and linger on for just a moment because some of them are newer to us here at Hula as we establish more programming. And that's a mentor program that we've established inside of the Hula network, whereby members are supporting other members with whatever it is they're working on, which is really exciting. We are also in the process of expanding that mentor network to folks who are outside of the Hula membership because there have been many folks who have expressed interest, and we're certainly excited to leverage as much talent as possible. The other piece that I am excited to highlight is this piece about interns because it directly connects to our partnership with the Leahy Institute. And so last year we were fortunate, as Summer said, to participate as a consortium member, which afforded us the opportunity to work with an incredible young person named Sam Keller as our summer intern with the Leahy Institute, who just dazzled us so much. We kept him on board. He is here with us through the summer, which is super exciting. And that long-term commitment to us and us to him has enabled us to really expand the project that he focused on last summer, which was really to understand what the experience of interns on campus over the summer is here at Hula. And so as you can see, we have just about 30, last summer we had just about 30 interns from 7 Northeast colleges interning at 11 Hula-based companies, including Hula. What Sam has built over the course of the last many months, in addition to many other things he's involved in here on campus, is a program so that we're really wrapping arms around all of the interns who are here on campus and supporting their ability to interact with, of course, the companies that they are based in here, but also with founders and employers from the broader Hula community and even beyond. So we're super excited about this program this summer. It's been developed and informed by both interns as well as host companies and founders. And so we're excited to kind of put those pieces together and have some fun with students on campus. It's so fun, as many of you know, who also have the opportunity to host young people. It's just the best when our spaces are filled with young people and the energy and ideas and vision that they all bring to us. I don't think I'll read too much more on this slide. I think you catch the drift. And so then this is where we get excited to think about the integration of campus, community, and capital. So if campus reflects how we want to build kind of that forward-thinking vision and a collaborative one, the community is then where sectors intersect, and it's so where higher ed meets startups, investors meet founders, public leaders meet innovators, and that density really becomes transformative for us. On campus, we are fortunate to host as members several venture funds as well as family offices and angels. And so capital is really quite catalytic. And that, of course, fuels a ton of growth. We're also excited at Hula to be participating more directly in that space with the launch of our new $10 million venture fund called the Hula Community Partners, which is embedded inside of Hula as a program of Hula with intention to support the ecosystem. As you all know so well, capital proximity changes outcomes. So that's really key for us. We really feel like this integration is sustainable economic development. Founders enter, you all know the drill, companies grow, capital activates, companies scale in Vermont, and that flywheel compounds. So collaboration invited. Hi, Molly, look at you in your class. We, again, so many opportunities to participate. We're fortunate to be able to collaborate with lots of different partners from across sectors. And going forward, we're excited to scale those partnerships. So again, thinking about more capital, more organized capital, deeper partnerships, stronger pipelines of people and ideas and companies, and measurable statewide impact. What you see here on the screen are a handful of ways in which many of you are already engaged, which is such a pleasure, as well as ways that we hope to engage further as we go. And lastly, please do stay connected. This QR code will take you to Hula's monthly e-newsletter. That e-newsletter is just like any other organization's e-newsletter, full of information, which I welcome you to pore over, including a whole bunch of different events that happen on a regular basis, many of which are free and accessible to the public, many of which are designed intentionally to resource entrepreneurs, as well as information about membership if you're interested in joining our platform in that capacity. Please don't hesitate to reach out and again, join the platform in whatever way you see fit. If you're a founder ready to build, an investor ready to activate your capital, corporate partner ready to innovate, a student ready to engage, public leader ready to strengthen the economy, we're here for you. We can't wait to see you on campus. And my shameless plug, because I won't be on long enough to shamelessly plug at the end, is to join us next Thursday on campus for our open house. It is free of charge, runs from 8:30 to 5:30. You can find more information, and I'll drop in the link details at hulalakeside.com. And it should be a really fun day and a good experience that will reflect what it would be like to be a member here if you're not already.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Lucia. One thing I really love being someone who co-works at Hula on occasion is you really have brought back talking to your neighbors. You know, post COVID, I think a lot of us forgot how to say hi to each other, but everyone says hi to each other there, and it's great to be a part of. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Chris and have him tell us some exciting updates from BRIC and VR Studios.
Hey folks, good to see everyone here. My name is Chris Majolo. I'm the Deputy Director at the Black River Innovation Campus in Springfield, Vermont. Always love hearing from Hula, and I'm always inspired by the work that Lucia, that you and your team do there. BRIC was founded in 2018. We have been operating largely out of the old Park Street School building in Springfield. That building is currently under renovation, deploying about $7 million or so to bring it back up to code. So we actually have some fun updates here that I'll share in a minute of some new space that we're working out of. But BRIC's mission is to activate thriving communities through startup, incubation, acceleration, STEAM education, and collaborative initiatives. On the entrepreneurship front, many of you have heard me talk about Actuator, which is our flagship startup incubator program. We work with early stage companies over an 8-week period in which we run them through the Lean Canvas model, introduce them to mentors from throughout Vermont and throughout the country, and then help them navigate to other opportunities throughout the state. We've had some successes coming through Launch VT. We've had some folks bouncing back to Rutland programs. Most recently, we've had 2 companies sign leases, one from Boston and one from just south of Rutland, here in Springfield. So we're pretty excited for Blackwell Inc. and Uplevel Foods to get going here in Springfield, manufacturing board games in one case and manufacturing food in the other. We run three cohorts a year, January, April, and September. And I think we've worked now with about 104 different companies since January of 2021. Collectively, they've raised about $17.5 million. And we're excited to keep it going and keep it connecting to this awesome entrepreneurial community. BRIC's other mission pillar, STEAM education, is another kind of growing effort here in the Springfield and Southern Vermont area. I'm actually going to share my screen, not with a slide deck, but with a little step through here of our new space. And can you all see this? Maybe loading. Yes. Awesome. So in January of this year, we launched Vermont Studios. Vermont Studios is BRIC's kind of technology engagement arm. We use it to engage our community and communities throughout Vermont in STEAM education and STEAM workforce development. It's a small 5,000 square foot space right in downtown Main Street. Half of the space, this half here as you enter, are actually VR escape rooms. So we do team building activities, kind of bring people in through the hook of virtual reality to explore settings in which they have to work together, communicate together to get out of a space station, an underwater temple, a runaway train, and other fun activities. These rooms are actually fully mobile as well, so we can take them off-site and do off-site corporate events, perhaps university events. And then the other half of the space is really our workshop and education space. So we've got a drone arena where folks can fly head-to-head in drone sports or just explore kind of the more subtle maneuvering of drones. We've got some computer workstations that are loaded with Fusion 360, CAM/CAD programming, video game programming, digital design. We've got a laser cutter, 3D printer bank, and are basically activating the community through community-led workshops. This will also be a main site for summer camps. Now we're running 25 sessions of STEAM summer camps this year, plus 3 in Randolph, Vermont, and are communicating with other communities, kind of sharing our model of compensating local area educators to run the class while we provide all the administrative overhead and back end to run those programs. Another great program that's coming out of the space right now and actually will end at Hula is the Vermont Cup. The Vermont Cup is a program that we're undertaking with the Endless Foundation to use video game development and open source game development to kind of bridge the computer science gap here in the state. So we have, as of yesterday, about 42 students from, I think Winooski is the furthest north, down to Brattleboro. They are building essentially game assets, sound, art, narrative, go-to-market strategy as small teams, and they'll be submitting these to judges. And then on April 18th, up at Hula, we're going to be doing a little micro gaming convention to showcase their work and also bring in other game developers from throughout Vermont and the New England region to kind of illustrate the career pathways. So Champlain College will be there. We'll have a UVM Verso team there who has actually been building some of the templates that these students are working on. We're just really excited to kind of bring that community together, again, use that hook to try to kind of build and retain talent here in the state. I think on the entrepreneurship side, we're all deeply invested in our entrepreneurs, but we feel as well at BRIC that we have to be working on this talent and workforce component as well. So that's kind of where we are at the moment, a two-pronged strategy of entrepreneurship and STEAM support. I'm going to keep it brief as I know we've got a lot to get through, but I'm excited to hear from other folks, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I'll share some links in the chat as we go along here. Thank you.
Awesome. Chris, it was so cool to come down in December and see what you guys have built right in the heart of Springfield. Having that level of tech and like polish, it looks like, I mean, mid-century modern, beautiful. It could be dropped, like pulled right out of San Diego, dropped into Springfield, Vermont, inside this cool tech space you built at Vermont Studios. It must be like so cool to see students come in there and be like, wow, this is here in my town.
The students and the entrepreneurs, it's amazing just moving 300 yards down from the old school building to a glass front on Main Street has just encouraged entrepreneurs to come in and say, hey, I followed you for the last 6 years, but like I just wanted, I walked down from my house to say, hey. I mean, that's the kind of engagement that we've always been asking for here. And then the recognition that it's not just a Springfield endeavor, but that we have to work together throughout Vermont to really move the needle for these founders.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the culmination at Hula later in the year.
Please join us.
Great. All right, I'm going to turn it over to David at VCET.
Okay, am I able? Can you see me, Summer?
Yeah. Good to
Okay.
go.
Good morning, everybody. I wanted to say happy spring, but it looks like we're back to winter, so happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm Dave Bradbury here at the Vermont Center for Emerging Technologies, plural. And thanks for the time to just sort of give an update and to learn from all of you. Very simply, founders start here. We've been serving Vermonters since 2005. And some things that are just kind of fun to ask you, did you know? Right, 313 clients came for no costs, no strings attached business advising last calendar year. Over 3/4 are entrepreneurs and founders, and less than 9% are within our workspace. So quite literally, we're in your neighborhoods, your counties, your workspaces, working with you, working with people that aspire to start a business and grow it here. We're invested in helping in different counties. Washington County, we have 5 companies, Windsor County, down in Springfield, and a few other places historically as well. We launched a job board. 32,000 job listings have been looked at. About 500 likely applications have occurred, and we're sampling this with just 74 companies, mostly tech, but we do include our partners at UVM, Middlebury, and some of the anchor employers, because we do know that if one person is looking to join a startup, usually their partner is looking to join something a bit more established or, quote, safer. Really successful. It's free. Check it out, please. Many of you have seen our mural. We're so thankful to the community. We're in downtown Burlington, which has been kind of a war zone of sorts for the last couple of years, and we're very optimistic about streets being opened, fewer dangers to the public, and more vibrancy. And thank you to all those that are on the call that actually came down and donated and helped. It means a lot. Right now, we got 24 free students working here. Free means no charge to companies for having an intern, no charge to students as well. We've got our 2 Middlebury summer associates starting soon, and it's very much part of our ethos. For those that aren't in Burlington, that may have an intern working for your companies, we don't charge them as well. You don't need to work for a Vermont company. You just need to be an intern for a national or local company, and we'll support you. Really through our nonprofit status and some of our donors, we're thrilled to be able to do that. And for those that are into investing, which is one of the things we do, we've put out about $4.5 million in the 13 firms. We have 3 venture funds and about $15 million. You know, for a few years now, it's been about people, platform, and capital, actionable advantages. And really, I wanted to focus on really platform and capital today. Nicole Eaton, who many of you know, sort of heads up our platform. And really, the newsletter, oddly, I don't know why 70% of people open this each month, but that's really nice, and it seems to be of value. Our investor network, really, it's a blend of Vermonters, but I would say our strength is really our national and regional syndicates. Whether we invest or not, we ask the fundamental question, who's the best investor in the world for this founding team, and how can we get to them? And I think that has been a key to our success over the last 21 years. Many of our partner hubs use the Scale Here perks. These are the resources, the free CAD software, the cloud credits, the discounts on CRM products, whatever. We love to give stuff away. So early on, it was used as a tool to help new facilities improve their member offerings as they were trying to build a sustainable business model. So please use them, please spread them. We can't give away these things enough. And certainly events, you may be familiar, Season 10 of Female Founders. We've got one coming up here on equestrians and trainers, which should be really kind of fun. We're a financial sponsor and partner of the Hardware Meetup. We're financial sponsors and partners of the Frank Creative Meetups. And then in a moment here, I'll tell you about the latest one we're launching. Orbit, we partnered with MIT's Martin Trust Center. Bill Aulette, who some of you may know from the Disciplined Entrepreneur Framework, is someone I've worked with for about 20 years. And the last 2 years, we've been testing this sort of AI chat GPT assisted entrepreneurial agent. Really, it's a co-pilot sort of format, whether you're a first time or a serial entrepreneur, to go and ideate, do market segmentation, unit economic analysis. It's built for founders. We're thrilled to be their exclusive Vermont ecosystem partner. So again, reach out, we'll give you a referral, no strings attached, and you can build and iterate. Events, again, the platform is deep and long, so sorry to drone on, but female founders, we've got a UVM campus hardware meetup coming, and then we'll be going to Waterbury, and I hope White River Junction very shortly. And obviously, we'll reach out and partner with you all. The one that, as soon as I can finish announcing the names here, we're starting an AI After Hours series. It'll kick off April 8th here at VCET. So if you're an AI founder, if you're AI curious, if you're an investor in AI, please, we hope to see you here. We'll be bringing in a nationally known AI investor, friend and advisor to VCET, in addition to a couple local AI companies, just to sort of kick things off. It's a meetup style, but I think it'll be fun. No cost, no hassle. Hope to see you on the 8th. And then, I don't know if anybody's dialing in from Austin, Texas, but Nicole started this thing called the Northeast Meetup at South by Southwest. That's going on today. There's approaching 250, maybe 300 by now, RSVPs. And again, people from New England feel alone when they're in Texas at a huge event. Big things, big places can make you feel a little bit disconnected. So we partnered up with a number of New England hubs to sort of see if we can get some density. There's over 50 investors attending this event. So again, this feeds into our syndicate and trying to help Vermont companies. I won't run through this, but some of you may know some of these firms. Again, we're in batteries, hardware, wireless. We own a gold mining company now called Nova Mera, which is fascinating. And our aircraft companies that do very important systems for companies like Archer, eVTOL, for Bell, for Boeing, and all the rest are making some headway. So again, we have 15 million. We're investing actively, and we look for undeniable people with a specific insight within an inevitable market. And it's really great to see other investors on here with whom we've invested and worked with over the years. You know, big picture where VCET's headed. You know, we're going to acquire or partner on a new piece of real estate. We got a $5 million Leahy grant to do so. That's been a longer process than I thought, but we want to do it right and for the long term, and that actually leverages the ecosystem. It does not have to be in Burlington, but it does need to be along one of the major corridors. We'll be managing and investing, again, across our 3 funds, scaling our no cost, no strings advice. Again, we want to meet people where they're at. Our website says, come as you are with what you got. We don't care. There's no form, hopefully no pretense, and hopefully a favorable experience. Our platform will continue to grow and distribute with, again, local and national partners being added. And again, we hope to just stay hungry, authentic, empathetic, trusted, and deliver value to those that trust us with their future. Oh, and shameless plug, we were psyched to be recognized again by Inc. As a power partner for entrepreneurs. Thank you to our sponsors and long-term partners. We don't raise money by retail means every year. We've had the real benefit of UVM and Middlebury and Senator Patrick Leahy and Vermont along the way helping us. And that's why we can keep prices down, do free internships, do free counseling, and again, get resources out to the rest of Vermont from the Burlington area. And again, my last is, how can we help you? And look forward to chatting. Thank you.
Thanks, David. Hey, Summer, before you move on, I just want folks to know that UVM and VCET have had a very, very good working relationship ever since they came into existence. I've been the UVM liaison to VCET for about 15 years. VCET is an affiliated organization of UVM, and we work closely with them whenever we can. We noticed how much amazing work they were doing with interns, and we decided to help support that a little bit as well. So, David, thank you very much, and it's been great working with you. Thanks. Summer, go ahead.
Great, thanks so much. Yeah, Dave, I just wanted to say I've probably sent a dozen founders to you guys this year. It's awesome just to hear from folks how useful it is to get to talk with Nicole, Jeff, and your team. So thank you for being a resource for founders and also for being a great partner to UVM. And your job board has been a huge help for some folks that are coming back to Vermont. I direct them to that right away. I have 2 friends who just moved back to Vermont looking for new employment, and the job board has been a great help for local kind of insight into what's actually going on here. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
I am gonna turn it over to Annie McLean, who works at the Northeastern Vermont Development Association. They are the economic development Regional Development Corporation for the Northeast Kingdom, and they have recently taken over operations of Due North Coworking, which is a co-working space that has been functioning in Lyndonville for the last decade, and they were a great partner for us this year in our research, and really excited to have Annie taking over operations and there, as she's also an entrepreneur herself. She makes a killer hot sauce. And yeah, I'm going to turn it over to Annie.
Thank you, Summer, for that warm introduction. Hi, everyone. I'm really excited to be here today, especially in my new role, which I'm going to talk about a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to share my screen. Oh, give me a second. Sorry.
You're good.
Your screen. Share.
While Annie's working on that, I wanted to say hello to a couple other folks. Chris Dautel from Schurz, welcome. Lee Boyer from Fresh Tracks is here as well. So thanks, guys, and go ahead and take it away.
Can you all see that now?
Yep, you're good.
Yeah, good to go.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm here to talk about Due North Co-working. Again, Annie McLean with the Northeastern Vermont Development Association. I'm an economic development specialist. We have been working with Due North in Lyndonville for since its inception in the early idea stage in 2017. What is Due North? It's a co-working space in Lyndonville in the heart of the Northeast Kingdom. The space opened, like I said, in 2018. It was a Vermont State University-led initiative and sort of lived under the Vermont State University Center for Entrepreneurship for many years. On March 1st of this year, NVDA, the university and NVDA transitioned ownership operations of the space. So NVDA, Due North is now under the umbrella of NVDA. It started out as a 2,000 square foot co-working space that also provided space for startups and entrepreneurial programming. In 2022, we added the space occupies the second floor of a building in Lyndonville, and we added a third floor, making the space a total of 3,200 square feet. So we have obviously space for co-working, hot desks, dedicated desks, 2 offices, private offices, and then also a really wonderful conference room. And the third floor now includes a classroom, which can kind of house about 25 people for programming. So the space itself has been a great asset to the region. We are now trying to transition and really move outside the walls of the space, sort of what David was saying, and make sure that we can serve businesses throughout the Northeast Kingdom region. So we're partnering with a lot of other organizations, particularly our downtown organizations, to move programming, continue to have programming at the space, but also to move it to other spaces throughout the regions where we can be accessible to entrepreneurs throughout our region. Sorry, I forgot to change my slide. That's a little shot of the space. We'll move along from there, though. So I want to talk about our programming a little bit. We've had some great programming over the years that's we're really trying to continue and to expand. Kind of our flagship program is Kickstart NEK. It's a 10-week business accelerator for NEK-based businesses. It's designed to help entrepreneurs with ideas, new startups, but also focusing on existing businesses, helping them to scale or to improve or to add a service. We really serve all types of businesses. In a small region, in a region like ours with a low population density, we really need to have programming that can serve a variety of folks. We can't just focus on, startups or tech businesses. We try to make this accessible to everybody. And we've really found that these mixed cohorts for this program actually work really well together with the different types of businesses. right now, we're in our 4th and 5th cohorts of this program. 2 of them running simultaneously this year. And the exciting piece is we have the one running at the space in Lindenville, but we've partnered with Newport Downtown Development and the Work Commons, which is another co-working space in Newport, to host a cohort there. We have about 10 businesses in each cohort, so 20 total, going through the program right now, which is really exciting. That's more than we've had go through the program in the past couple of years. So we've had some increased interest in it, which is exciting. Our other sort of flagship, that was our flagship program. Our flagship event is probably the Rumble in the Kingdom. We had our 3rd Rumble this year. It's an annual event that showcases our region's most promising entrepreneurs. We invite investors and local financial institutions and other kinds of support organizations that, whether you win a prize or not, the idea is that it's a fun, it's just a fun event that people can come to and get connected to a lot of different support resources, or hopefully investment or whatever the next step they need to grow their business. We have 12 businesses participate every year. It's really quick. There's no back and forth. It's just a couple-minute presentation. Then we have a panel of judges, and we try to have a couple different awards. We do a community impact award, ability to scale award, and then obviously we do the best pitch award, which is always fun. And that event's in October. I encourage you all to attend. We welcome everyone. And like I said, the event grows every year, and it's pretty exciting. Another exciting new program that we're offering is called the Dinner Circle. It's a monthly dinner series that's supporting entrepreneurship throughout our region. We bring together a curated group for a theme-driven discussion. The dinners are not about quantifiable outcomes, but really prioritize engaging our friends and neighbors in conversation around a topic that's relevant for everyone at the table. It's been really fun. We've just had our 3rd one last night, which is why I'm a little bit off my game today. It was a late evening, but the dinner last night, we actually focused specifically on Due North, and we asked the question, how can Due North, a hub for co-working and events and entrepreneurial-focused programs, support the unique entrepreneurial community needs of the people of the NEK? We had a group of 15 people coming together around that conversation and having a really nice dinner right here in Lindenville last night. And we're going to continue that. We have a plan to do a dinner once a month throughout 2026 around different topics on entrepreneurship in the Northeast Kingdom. And the other initiative that we've just started, a partner of ours in West Virginia actually was sort of the model for this initiative. We started a monthly excuse me, take a sip of my coffee. We started a monthly entrepreneurial NEK Think, which is a virtual convening of any organization or entrepreneurs or anyone in the Northeast Kingdom interested in entrepreneurship and community-driven economic activity. Again, this is on the first Monday of every month. Some of you have been on these calls before. Very NEK focused, but we bring in outside partners and try to connect folks and just kind of keep everyone in the loop of what's going on entrepreneurship-wise in the kingdom. We have a partner spotlight every month, so we invite one of our partner organizations to talk for about 8 to 10 minutes about what's going on, what they're offering, what's new. And then we have little mini partner updates from all of our partners, organizations that want to speak. And then, of course, we kind of have a roundtable where everyone just throws out resources and events and things that are coming up. So that's been going really well. We launched that in January of this year. I put the registration link there, but I'm happy to share that if anyone's interested. That was an extra slide. So what's next? Our goal this year and into 2027 is to make sure that the physical hub in Linden is operationally self-sustaining. We've been close to that in the past, and we want to get there again and have that be a place that can exist and sort of house all of our programming into the future. We're also looking for new resources to expand programming and partnerships across our region, and work with all of you outside of our region to bring resources here and connect our entrepreneurs to all the great programming that you all are working on. And we're just looking to provide continued investment that supports job creation and long-term wealth building in the Northeast Kingdom. And hoping to really continue our programming and expand it so we can help our entrepreneurs and kind of create some new businesses and new jobs in our region. That's it. Thanks, everyone. If you want to contact me, there's my email. Owen Davey, who has been with the space for 5 years, I believe, has now become an NVDA employee, and he's happy to answer questions as well. He's our on the ground operational manager at the space day to day. And of course, our website, we keep updates of what we're working on. We're going through a little refresh of that as well. And I'll stop there. It's been great to hear what everyone else is up to this morning too, and I'm really excited to be working in this space and working more with all of you in the future. So thank you.
Thanks, Annie. I think NVDA was the perfect organization to take over due north with all of your connections throughout the region. I think it's really going to be great, especially this new programming that you guys are pulling together. Seems like an awesome opportunity. And we appreciate you guys for sending some great entrepreneurs our way. Some folks who've participated in Rumble in the Kingdom have ended up partnering with the Leahy Institute to build out their businesses like NEK Biosciences. So really great to have you as a partner. If you could drop the link to the virtual meetups in the chat, that would be awesome. So we could all have access to it. I think it was a Zoom link.
Yeah, I can do that. I just want to say to Eric's comment, I ran into some of the folks from Gift Drive at Peak Pitch last week. It was nice to reconnect with them.
You were at Peak Pitch too?
Yeah, I saw you, but I had to leave. We didn't connect.
I was doing laps, so getting lots of runs in, but awesome. Okay, great.
Thanks.
Matt, I'm going to turn over to you. Matt runs the Hub Coworks and also works at Cedar in Rutland, which has had a great new development. They have a new executive director and going through some big changes. So excited to hear some updates from Matt.
Thank you all. Good morning. I'm Matt Britt. I'm the Community Growth Manager for the Hub Coworks, which is a position I've held since last July. And then I am in day 10 of being the Communications and Marketing Manager for Chamber and Economic Development of the Rutland Region, or CEDAR. Our longtime Communications and Marketing Manager moved on, and that is the background I've had through the majority of my 25-year career. So I'm excited to have a bigger influence here in Rutland. But I'm still going to be wearing the hat for the Hub. It's something I very much believe in. We're looking at Merchants Row in Rutland right now. The building on the left is the former Ripley Opera House, and that houses our community workspace. But the second floor of those 3 adjoining buildings are all the Hub as well, in addition to a conference room on the first floor of one of them. So we're 24,000 square feet in total. Pardon me. There we go. Our offerings, we are a traditional co-working space with hot desks that have a half-day pass all the way up to a significantly discounted annual membership. We have 5 conference rooms. We can comfortably seat from 10 up to 75. 4 of the rooms are connected with Cisco WebEx technology, so it's very easy to plug in a laptop and join on Zoom or Teams or Google Meet. We do have 13 fixed offices. 9 of them are currently occupied, but we do have one that could have as many as 10 people in it, and I've had some nice discussions around that, and a couple others that are single or dual occupancy. We have a podcast studio. Summer and the Leahy interns actually did a podcast here this past summer And the photo you're seeing here was actually recorded this Tuesday. We've actually recorded 4 different episodes of podcasts this week alone, which is nice. That is sort of picking up some steam. 5 artist studios in our community workspace. The 2 most recent tenants for a 3-month lease are hair and makeup stylists for brides who travel across New England for weddings and wedding season, but said during the off season they would love a physical location where the brides could come to them for a hair and makeup trial. And since we are right by the Amtrak, they sort of identified the hub. One came in, did her first session, and immediately told her best friend, "You should be in here too." So it's a different definition of what artist studios are, but it's nice to see people with their own business finding benefit from the hub and bringing in new people to see it. Certainly shared spaces, which are enjoyed, and then we'll move on to some programming. The financial features that you see here, that's an initiative that we started last fall and are working on additional sessions for the spring, working with local banks and credit unions for them to present on topics that they already present about regularly, hoping to bring new people into the hub for awareness. We do host a lot of municipal meetings and public forums and the downtown sector for the police department. Community events of all sizes. Last week we held, through our Real Rutland Regional Marketing Initiative, we held a community workshop where we had 20 hobby and activity groups come in from across Rutland County and had about 75 people attend, including people who had literally just moved to Vermont through the program, 2 lifelong Vermonters. We are 3 years old as of last November, so Cedar held our mixer here to sort of acknowledge that anniversary, and we had over 100 people here to see some real improvements in the space. And then I just included a couple very prominent Vermonters. We were very lucky that Grace Potter came with her Grand Point Foundation for an art symposium last fall, and she actually performed an impromptu song. And then Treasurer Mike Pichek. We are very conveniently located kitty corner across from NBC5's Rutland Bureau and from just down the street from WCAX's Rutland Bureau. So we do have a lot of people reaching out to us for press conferences and announcements of things that matter in Southern Vermont. Partnerships. Cedar has a very strong partnership with the Mint Makerspace, and we are a prominent downtown location. So the Downtown Rutland Partnership helps to amplify some of the work that we do. We had a makers market for their Jingle Bell Shop in December, where primarily folks that make out of the Mint were presenting their work for sale. The Vermont Community Foundation has done a few events here, including their Press Forward listening session last fall for learning about what Vermonters think about journalism. Come Live Outside's Rutland Winterfest, they used the hub for a creative writing seminar. We've had a very strong relationship since the beginning with Rutland Young Professionals. We actually give free hot desks to Rutland Young Professionals members, as well as VTSU Castleton students. If UVM students ever find themselves here in Rutland, I'm sure we would be willing to do the same, because we want the space to be something that's accessible for people. So RYP has their board meetings here for free. They do a number of events here for free, and we're working together to build some professional development programming. And then we hosted Vermont State College Systems Chancellor's Innovation Fund did the Making a Difference and Making a Living conference here last fall. We had over 100 people all told, and about 75 that joined us virtually for sessions that were with very prominent Vermonters, whether that was legislators or Kevin Chu from the Vermont Futures Project, just sharing the benefits of higher education. And it was really nice to be able to use our technology to bring people into our physical location, but then also have them join from other Vermont State College campuses across the state. Focusing on a couple very specific program things that we're working on. The Workforce in Motion Summit will be at VTSU Castleton this May 21st. It is a summit for trades businesses to show off what they do to students and get students interested in the trades. Where the hub comes in, we are working with the Rutland Regional Planning Commission to help build out a Be Your Own Boss Academy for those who not only are interested in trades careers, but also interested in entrepreneurialism and may want to start their own trade business or evolve into some of that. So we're working with Nancy Shuttleworth at the Vermont Small Business Development Center and RRPC and the WIM team to build out a curriculum for that Be Your Own Boss Academy. Students who go through the summit can choose to go through a number of different academies, commercial driving and a couple others, but this Be Your Own Boss is really exciting for us. we're helping to build the curriculum, and we'll be hosting that here at the hub. As Summer acknowledged, it is a time of change here. I have, two hats that I've been wearing for the last 10 days. We are hiring a new executive director who starts April 6th. But we are still very much believe in the Startup Rutland program. It's a regional accelerator and early stage venture capital program that was launched at the same time the hub was. And we have partnered with Generator to offer G Alpha and G Beta programs. The last G Beta program was last fall. We had 5 businesses, all with ties to Vermont, who went through that extensive program and ultimately pitched at Cedar's annual meeting in November at the Killington K1 Base Lodge. East Rise Credit Union was incredibly generous and provided a seed check for the winner of that pitch competition. And we are working with Generator right now. I do not have specific dates yet, but we're hoping that it will be, we'll say mid-2026, that we're going to run another round of the G Alpha program, which is a 4-week workshop, much earlier stage, helping businesses to learn how to build their product base and develop testing and understand how to grow through those things. So keep an eye out for that as we have some more details. We're excited to get that started. And then similar to some of the other slides toward the end, ways that we're looking to amplify our impact, continuing to develop strong partnerships. Our work with the Leahy Institute and the subsequent consortium of BRIC and Hula and Due North was incredibly valuable, selfishly for me, in that I just started toward the end of it and gave me partners who do the same kind of work to learn from. But we definitely have seen strong partnerships. We've also had good conversations with UVM PACE and offer some discounted classes to Cedar members that also we certainly would like to build upon. Increasing the volume and variety of our programming. So, very similarly, if UVM has programming they're looking to reach out in Southern Vermont, we'd love to have that conversation with you all to hit the next bullet point to help tell our story. In my 7 months here, I still hear a lot of people who come in for the first time and didn't know this existed and remember it as a department store, things like that. So really finding those creative ways to let people know that we are here and all the things that we offer. As I acknowledged, our cohort for G Beta all did have ties to Vermont, which was very exciting, but the mission really is truly to make sure they have ties to Rutland County if at all possible, and then further activating the rest of our space. So thank you all. I appreciate it. And I'll move on.
Summer, before you go on, I want to mention a couple things. First of all, I want to point out how often the Leahy Institute is mentioned in these meetings. I know Tricia is here, and that's Summer's billet as well. And we also have a couple friends from PACE on the call today. So I just wanted to thank them both. Thanks, Summer.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. And thanks, Matt. It's really great to see the work that you've done to build up the hub. And, can't wait to see with your new executive director in place, how you keep building on the momentum that you guys have already established in downtown Rutland. Awesome. Well, thanks so much to all of our co-working hub innovation partners who presented today. I hope we can continue to build on the collaboration that we built out in the last year. And I will open it up for shameless self-promotion. Again, I'm gonna pitch our pitch night where you can hear about more Leahy-funded projects that took place in 2025 and get an update on what the outlook is going to be for the research that was done in partnership with these co-working hubs. So that's on March 31st. I just dropped the link in the chat.
We have a good 4 or 5 minutes for shameless plugs. So raise your little hand and we'll call on you and you can tell us what's going on.
I think if Abby Solomon's still on the call too, she maybe was going to share a little bit about Cultivator, which is a co-working space in Randolph.
Thanks, Chris Maggiolo, and Scott, we'll get to you in a sec.
If she's still on the call.
Yeah, I'm here. Hi. I'm Abby Solomon. I'm the program manager of Cultivator, which has grown out of what BRIC is doing down in Springfield. We've had an interesting couple years because we don't have a location. So figuring out how to really collaborate with local organizations, both to use their space, but also to, expand our mission and community in town. we've been doing a lot of things. Most recently, we just were actually facilitating BRIC's actuator for women founders, and that just started this week. And we have a group of cohort of 10 founders from throughout the state, and really excited to see how having all women in the room is going to interact with the curriculum. So that's very quick what's happening up in Randolph. Thank you.
Thanks, Abby. Scott?
Yeah, hey everybody. For those of you who were at Peak Pitch, sorry I missed you this year. I imagine it was a fun time. Vermont Small Business Development Center is a resource for entrepreneurs wanting to get started in brick and mortar who are already ongoing, needing help to overcome some challenge that they have. All the organizations that spoke today have touched SBDC in some way or another. And we're glad to be a resource for individuals who, if they're not meeting you at your locations, we certainly are around throughout the state to help individuals move forward. Thank you.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Scott. And I don't know if
Thanks
you
so
know,
much.
we're on the call originally, Scott, but our final e-forum is SBIR-STTR, and I know that's a world you live in. So Tina Thornton will be running that. Mieko.
Errol, we are just a couple of things I mentioned in the chat. If you know any small businesses who want to spend a half day of working on their business, we are doing a collaborative retreat with Mercy Connections, Vermont Works for Women, CVO-EO, and CWE. We're going to have a half day retreat at Main Street Landing on the 27th. It's free. If you'd like to let other small businesses know, we're just going to have somebody, if they want to bring their business challenge to this half day retreat to help work on it with other women entrepreneurs. And so that's coming up. And then also we are, just to plug that we are having our 10th production of our Vermont Womenpreneurs Summit, which is going to be on June 3rd. And we're calling it Celebrating the Seasons of Business. We're going to take a slightly different position on how we do it, but we'll make a call for that. But we also have a call for sponsors. So if anybody would like to support the event, it's an awesome event. We always sell out, and we're having over 200 womenpreneurs show up.
Amazing. Thanks, Mieko. Eric?
All right. Well, first, I wanted to say thank you to everyone at the Leahy Institute and at all the hubs who are part of the Innovation Hub Consortium last summer. It's been a lot of fun. I'm very busily going through the 39 interviews that the students conducted. My focus was, what we'll be talking about at the Leahy night coming up will be the customer discovery side of things. So we've heard a lot about the hubs today, but who uses these hubs? Who are the stakeholders in the local communities? We have 14 interviews with people using the hubs. We have 14 interviews of people who actually help run the hubs and support the hubs, and 11 from local community members. And I will be talking more about those results at that night in a few weeks. So hope to see you there.
Thanks so much, Eric.
Folks, it's 10 o'clock. I'm not seeing any other hands up. So Summer, thank you again for programming and hosting. About a month from today, Molly Davis will be producing and hosting a student entrepreneurship e-forum. And then, as I just said a minute ago, about 2 months from today, Tina Thornton will be putting on SBIR STTR e-forum. So thank you all for joining. Enjoy Friday the 13th, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Dan. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Dan.